See, because I guess I'm on and not 15. At least Tanner's not funny, because that's pretty funny. Always choose the lowest. Stop. That's annoying. Always choose the lowest answer. When the lowest answer is the right answer, you're not putting it down. Are you a dog? Like you can only put dogs for animals. Dang, Rustin.
What? I just picked somebody's place. I was all like there.
Probably me.
What place are you going?
I think I got this wrong. Cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
really
in
great.
I'm in fifth place behind you.
How many more questions do I have?
So we're on 15 at 21. 15.
Oh, I got it wrong. When do we play Pictionary?
Whoa.
Right.
Clean as soap.
Second place?
Hold up, who is clean as soap? Because you probably dirty as soap.
It's Tanner.
That's true.
Don't be mean.
I'm unlocking 3 people.
Man.
I'm unlocking 3 people. So it's Amira, Amelia, and Haley. I just unlocked them.
How was that?
I'm still in second place.
Gabby, bigger Jacob. Gabby.
Tanner's not funny.
Does school life make anybody else like feel sick?
Yes, make me feel
Can be nice. Stop, Candace.
One of my name is what my name is.
I'm not kidding. I did it again. I'm going to take pictures.
Whatever sound or annoying thing you're doing. Stop. Why are you not doing anything though?
Yeah, keep doing that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's freaking nasty for a while.
Since we started this thing, I mean,
Tyler, you understand that what that are doing.
You like that, aren't you?
you told me to stop and I'm not doing anything.
Oh, you're doing something that someone heard. Just be rude. Stop doing something.
Someone was singing it, I had friends in it, so someone was like, what are you listening to? Stop doing it.
You can't. That is awesome.
I'm gonna get it. It's not as I know what noise he was trying to make.
I don't care. Did your work?
I know it is.
Riley, you said you
Yes, this means which one's good? Do I not have to do?
7 and 9.
Okay.
Hi. I'm getting the keychain, the mug, the gallery wrap canvas,
Is everybody answered?
Oh, no. I'm old, I think probably buy it.
If you're something, okay.
I'm
Tanner,
probably
so
buy it.
Tanner's not 21. Excuse me. Oh, I'm in second. Who is the winner, Tanner?
Oh, you're.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna play one more. Here's that one.
No, I'm gonna like that. I'll finish it away.
Oh, yeah.
No, these are not.
Okay. Eight.
Come get your I can And then it'll be fine. It does this sometimes. Just we need to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. When we have 5 players.
Stop. Riley.
What?
Right there.
Alright, Pizza Toys R Us. Oh my gosh, that's really sad. Alright, Toys R Us. You can still do online shopping, and it's also still coming here. It's still here too. It hasn't been torn down yet.
Oh.
No!
But your phone is so slow.
No, it's not. You just have to tap on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can use my camera.
Remember that spare bar?
Camera is funny.
Oh, no.
Probably can.
Oh, I know this. Yes! The third.
Hey, first place, baby.
Oh, that's next to it. Yeah, this is some good music.
Hey, chill. It's not letting. Hold on, Gabby, hold on. That's probably the ball.
Take me out to the ball. Who's Tanner?
It's okay. Let's begin.
It's still on the screen. 8 times 10 is like 70.
Don't anchor on.
Yeah.
8 times 4.
Riley, stop going up there.
Hey, I'm not spot that. Roaches. Yo, I know roaches. If y'all don't get it, it's absolutely
Oh no, no.
Hey, got my place back.
Second place.
I'm guessing it's Taylor. That was me last round.
No.
I'm not.
What are you?
I don't know, probably something with like. No, this is.
I know who Tanner and Funny
We're
is.
not even up there.
Okay. 8 times 9. 72.
Did you really change your name to Tanner and Funny?
No, I know who Tanner and Funny is.
I do too.
Oh no, Tanner's is the period.
They've already said it out loud.
8 times 7. 56.
Ooh, no,
No, 38.
56. 7 times 7. 49. Stop looking at the answers.
Yes.
Wait, it really is 49?
Okay, please push.
Times 2. 7 times 2. Go, ready, set, you're done.
You're just not
What?
used to my
I didn't
kids,
even
bro.
load.
Hey, Tanner ain't funny. If you can get one wrong, that'd be awesome. Me and Riley are.
Let's see. Amelia's
She
unlocked.
wins like a candy.
Anna is unlocked.
How many questions do you have?
Haley is unlocked. Mary is
7
in
times
seconds. Mira, it should let you continue now.
Okay.
7 times 4.
600.
1. 11.
Dang it.
7 times 6.
680.
No.
There goes someone told me to down the back.
Take me down to
8
the big 1 bill. The bucket with cheese.
I love it. I used to love that show.
Why is this happening?
I don't know why it's
Me too.
happening.
Okay, this next one is the last one because I need us to stop.
No. We have time.
Can I get my candy?
It's only
You're the
12:35. It's only 12:35. We're at 12:44.
Yes, and we have other stuff to do.
I'm so confused.
Okay, is that you?
This just means this thing was lagging. Like whenever I press the right button,
I'm
it
sorry.
was going over and over.
Alright, I need y'all to get your vocab list up for me, and we have 4 words to add. You may have overheard me telling the other group.
It's still on my phone. I was like, I didn't.
Can I finish doing my homework or do I need to?
That's stupid.
I need you to add these 4: coordinate plane, quadrants, x-axis, and y-axis.
Don't rush, just have some this. Do you even hear what you just said?
Yeah, that was sticky note.
I can literally get a CD of my. Like, I can't just on my list.
Oh, I can get a CD of my phone. It smells weird.
Okay, I need you guys to add these 4, everybody except for Cole learned this last year. Well, actually, I don't know about you guys, but you were supposed to learn it last year. Coordinate plane, these words should be familiar. Cole, you learned this year. In the 7th grade, we actually don't do very much of this, which is actually not really that great, because in 8th grade, the coordinate plane is really important because you start learning how to graph lines, and then later you'll be graphing the curves. And so the coordinate plane it's very important that you have it mastered. And so my thinking was, since we are getting towards the end of the year, and a lot of us are going to 8th grade next year, we really need to make sure we're solid on this before we get to 8th grade. But coordinate plane, plane is just something flat that has a horizontal and a vertical number line, and then they meet at 0. So they intersect, they cross each other at 0. A quadrant, when those 2 lines intersect, it makes 4 different regions, 4 different sections. So each one of those is called a quadrant. And then x-axis and y-axis, those are the 2 lines. You need to remember which one is which, really. X is horizontal and y is vertical.
It's for, nuts. Oh, Play-Doh. I would.
No, I didn't mark these notes on my end. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you weren't in here.
It tells us things, so like if your bud's always falling out, you should just do.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit. And like the
Haley, you're unlocked.
and it would be
Amelia,
like
you're unlocked.
earrings everywhere.
Bill, you need to borrow something to write with.
I need the carpet. It's been a long day.
Really worn out, so.
You should yell at the kid. Okay, I quit. I'm sick of all of this. I know you quit. If I was a teacher, I don't know.
If I was a teacher, I had my job for about 20
I can't
seconds.
handle Twitter.
I had a job for like 20 seconds. I was leaving.
I was in a job for
I had to get my dog. And the cat.
Taylor, yours is not in here. Take it home.
Mine's mean green. Like, it's really nice. And it's so what it does.
Check
My
Brian.
friends fucking cat really I don't know. This is what it is.
Who?
Her name's
Okay, since we're running low on time, as soon as you finish writing these, you can be done.
My bag smells like cologne.
I can smell it. I don't know what that was. Oh, like, that's not mine.
It smells good.
This is
This is one of the walkers a couple weeks ago. Oh, is that oh, is that the glass?
How much is it expensive? How much is it?
$4.
And why would you bring it to school?
Yeah, why would you bring it? So we don't smell like a roach. Might be me and so much more than me.
I didn't realize that.
Too much dolphin.
Yes. You guys can log off.
Like, she sits right behind me and like.
And Andrew, you didn't do this yesterday. I need you to put this.
She just
here.
says mute. Do you have a leash in your phone?
Please. Please do.
Hey, can you actually walk to I want you to order
At least two.
and also you don't careful. So you have to be careful. Oh, hello. Why are you videoing? Huh? Why are you videoing everything? What the fuck? You what?
Does anyone want this pencil? Wait, that's Riley. Right here, Taylor, right here.
Want to hear something? What? I always get this. Yeah, what stuff? I know, but I'm glad that it's not. I love Jolly Ranchers. Ben. I finally remembered it whenever we were going to lunch. I finally remembered the passcode. Oh no! Okay, I always try to do we are going to try. I don't think that's gonna work. Okay. People have started doing people started cutting to that in like YouTube videos and stuff, and then like they're eating chicken nuggets, and like they do like the chicken. What? They do like a little meme, and then they cut back to themselves, and they say nuggets. Where is it? Down there. No. You want to go to a walk? Yeah, go.
Alright, did I do food on?
Why is everyone gone? I know, but most everyone is gone. Okay, so them two are gone. I think that she's gone. He is gone. I love how there's so much strong
Thank you. What? Huh? I did. We're supposed to. We're Miss Hess. Can you put one on my locker? No, we're not going to go down there.
Alright. If we have homework tonight, it is totally by choice, by your choice.
Yeah.
Third period came this close to getting it. Okay? Don't be that one period that comes have a lot to do. Hey, I'm telling you, be glad that you are not any of these people out because this is important stuff and they are missing it. Unfortunately, they are missing it. Okay.
Bro. Come on, don't make me hurt.
It's the locker and then you get random.
I would like that.
Hey guys, will y'all do me a favor? Because my other classes are total like pigs. Will y'all like look on the floor and if you see a glue stick, get it? If you see a cap or a glue stick,
Ailey, why do you have two blue sticks?
because she's helping. And if you're not gonna use it, just put it up. All you need to do is glue in your power. Hey, are these people gonna be back in a little bit?
No.
In 2 more days they will. No, I know the gym people. I'm talking about the choir.
No.
Oh no, they come back.
No, they're gone all day, or they come back like at 6 periods.
I think so. I think that they come closer to the end of the period. Maybe.
I think that they get back late this period.
They do. Cause like I was in choir at this grade. Whenever we would go to a choir concert, we would always get back like at this time, but at like closer to the end of the day.
This is different.
Oh my God.
It's a ring.
But seventh grade, I would do like
No.
Hey, watch this.
I'm looking at you like you can do it better.
Alright, let me, let's call roll and we'll get started. Let's see. Jacob. From here. Haley. Hannah. Is Hannah going to choir?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all know this or you think this?
We
You
know
know
it.
this?
She knows
Earlier, so she is.
Okay. Grace, she told me yesterday she's in choir. Maddie Hatchell.
She's here. Cause her face.
Okay. Ethan Hayes, he's in camp. Rob.
Here.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Riley. Haley. Destiny Perone. Caleb Pounds. David is at camp. Andrew. Sophie. Maddie. Is she gone with choirs?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all know or think?
I know. I know.
Okay, Destiny Scruggs. Here. Caitlin Smith. Caitlin Smith.
I think that she might be choir too.
Do we know?
We may have.
I think she may be too. Okay, Reese.
She's a choir.
Ethan Tenney. Here. Aspen. He's at camp. Ashlyn. Here. Olivia.
Here.
Ashley. She's at camp. Anna.
Here.
Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people missing. We should have 20, we should have 14 people. Somebody count, 14 people.
How many, Haley?
I got 16.
Okay.
Tell my love Paul. 16. No, They both just messed up in the head.
How many did y'all get?
16.
Okay, that's what my thing says, 16.
I got 8. Wait, it says say happy Thanksgiving.
No, it says happy thoughts.
That's why it's not. You need that one. You need to work hard.
I'm keeping this.
You are not wrong.
Just got roasted for the wreck.
Yes. It says happy Thanksgiving.
You're not.
That word is crap. That's the best one out of all of them.
We're keeping it fun.
This is literally
I like
relatively.
It's only 3.
You need it.
Okay, I want you to think about something real quick. Okay, are you listening? Use your brain, don't use your lips, use your brain. Think about one thing that you end up eating for supper at your house, not your brain, not your hands, not your lips. I'm gonna go around and everybody name one thing that you get fixed at your house for supper that you really, really like, because I'm gonna tell you, the people at the Horton household, we're really just I mean, like, I go by and pick up pizza, like.
Fix her own.
Okay, so listen, I'm going around, something that you pick up or you cook. What kind, I mean, like, give me something besides your shrimp, like shrimp kebabs, shrimp spaghetti.
Popcorn shrimp? Oh, ew.
Okay. Hey, listen. Pizza, Salisbury steak, tacos.
Salisbury steak, but for breakfast I usually eat French toast.
French toast sticks, okay.
Pasta.
So like pasta,
Cereal.
cereal, I ate cereal last night for supper.
And shrimp fry. Because I like breakfast.
Okay.
Oh, gross.
I do a good roast. Okay, I've done that already.
Oh, potatoes.
Potatoes, any kind of meat? Chicken with it? Okay, Destiny? Moe's? Olivia?
Just a lot of pasta, different pastas.
Different pasta.
People.
Okay, Haley?
Steak.
Steak. I grilled steaks Tuesday night because they had them on sale, and they were really good. I did a good job on those. Anna?
My dad fixes asparagus and chicken.
Chicken, okay. Sophie?
Cheese and chicken tacos.
Chicken taco.
Hamburger helper.
Hamburger helper.
Those.
I do really good roast in the crock pot, but I have to put it on before I leave for school.
that's what my mom does.
Tuesday night,
She does.
Tuesday night, they ended up having steaks on sale at the Piggly Wiggly, so I bought steaks and I grilled those, and they were really good. I put French fries with them. Last night, I had cereal, and I went by and got Mr. Horton and Nick a Chick-fil-A sandwich and some fries. Sometimes I do a big salad, like chef salad, and I put like eggs and ham, and I'll do like chicken fingers. I'll chop them up and I'll put them in there, and we'll put ranch on them or something. So that's like a big old chicken salad. I don't know. Oh, look here, you use it right here. I got it.
What are
Um,
you speaking of for?
I don't know.
To help them out.
To support the cause.
Where's your power? You still have to work a power. Just because you don't have that,
Just
don't
to make people feel better about themselves.
There you go. So anyway, I was just wondering what some of y'all ate for dinner. Like, one Monday night, I did what I call penny pasta. It's a penny shaped pasta that's kind of cut at a slant. Can you do that at your house?
No, but that sounds amazing.
Oh, it's really good. I make an Alfredo sauce from scratch, and it's real Italian-y taste.
I don't like pasta.
So I boil the pasta in a pot with some chicken bouillon, and it gives the pasta like a chickeny flavor. And then I pour that Alfredo sauce over it, and then I get a bag of Tyson chicken, and it's actually the heated chicken, and I heat it up in the microwave, and I chop it up, and I put it in there, and it is so carby, but it is good. It's comfort food, definitely comfort food.
What's that? Bouillon.
Oh, it makes the water taste like chicken.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
My grandmother sometimes, if someone feels sick, she fixes potato chips.
I make pretty good. Well, if I can figure out how to cook it, I can cook it pretty well. I'm just sick of having to try to figure out every night. I mean, help your mom out. Tell her.
I'm not allowed to
Can
go
we-
to the stove.
Can we have like
I'm making
chicken?
mac and cheese.
I just get sick of trying to figure out what to cook.
Because my mom, it's me, my mom, and my dad, she usually likes to cook. So when she does cook, she's like, I just got home, I'm tired, I don't want to cook. So I just say, well, we don't something like coffee for pizza.
Yeah, but on Thursday nights, I've gotten to where everybody at my house is at home on Tuesday after supper. Like all the people that are in college, blah, 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 blah. So I try to cook a big meal on Tuesday nights. Wednesday nights is church, so I really just kind of do sandwiches or hot dogs, something pretty quick like that. But, Thursday nights, I've gotten where I order pizza because everybody is coming in at different times. I try to go to the gym. Mr. Horton doesn't get home about 6:15. Nick, you never know if Nick's gonna be home or not because of his schedule at school. Sarah, well, she's usually home about 6:15 or 6:30. So I'm like, you know what? It would be too late. It would be like 7:30 or 8 o'clock before we could all sit down at the table and eat together as a family. So I just buy pizza and I leave it on the stove and people can go by and grab a pizza. And if they want some chips, they can get some chips and make them a drink and call it a day. But I really want to go eat Mexican tonight, but I don't think Mr. Hort's gonna go to that.
We're eating taco salad tonight.
Hey, bring me with you. Bring me with you.
Don't go down, Toro.
Bring me
You
with
gonna
you.
get rid
Come on, Toro.
You gonna destroy my culture.
Where? What are you cooking tonight for supper?
Stuff in the crock.
So that's what we asked her when she walks in the room.
And a roast and a
I got a lot
Okay, watch this, watch
Watch
her response, watch. Did you have to figure out every night what your family's gonna eat for supper? Yes. And is it pain in the butt, right?
Yes.
Yes, because nobody will tell you what they wanna eat.
Right, and nobody else offers to cook.
And nobody else offers to cook, but they expect you to have to do
Directions on the back of the pouch.
Well, at least we know you're gonna starve.
Hey, it won't be under control. I got directions. Every day when I come home, this morning, every day when I come home.
Did you try to have something for y'all to eat, or does she have to eat?
Yeah, everybody, social media, is a line on they put on their wall every day when I come
Okay, let's take a look at Tower Up real quick.
I feel like a hot dog from the rain. I can use those for microwave in my house. I feel like they don't
Don't figure it out off by the oven. That stuff probably should put this in.
Put cans in there.
Oh, hey.
I put it
You want to
Alright, make sure you're where you can see. That Bonnie, don't copy that down, don't copy that down.
It's either little kites or regular.
Alright guys, hey, if you guys will help me, Maddie, if you will pay attention, I will make sure that you've got probably about 5, 6, 7 minutes in the class to chat. But if we have to work to the bell, because I keep saying, settle down, quit, stop talking, blah, 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 blah. Okay? I don't think we would have to do that because some of our talkers are gone today. So we should be able to get through our lesson pretty well. Okay. Once again, we are looking at surface area. Trying to get your brain ready for that test on Tuesday. Alright. Well, we're gonna work on it. I know. Here we go. Warm up number 212. Hey, just think about it like this, stop. Be glad that you're here, so you're getting this stuff and you don't have to catch it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure that your notebook is caught up enough. If somebody asks you, hey, can I borrow your notebook? You'll be able to. Put those underneath your desk. All right, so across the top here,
You guys are probably quiet. I can't even think. Be quiet, listen.
across the top, we find a rectangular shape. This side right here is obviously 3 long, and this side right here is 2 long. All right, so we're going to come over here, and we're going to say top and bottom, top and bottom, and we're going to figure the area of the top of this figure and the bottom. Now, Andrew, from yesterday, what is the formula for the area of a rectangle?
Length times width.
Area equals length times width. Area equals the length. Destiny, what's the length of this figure right here? Length is the longest side. 3. Robbie, what is the width of this side?
Is
2. Okay. Area equals 6, oh, hey, they didn't give us a measurement, let's say feet. Let's say feet today, okay?
I said inches.
Well, everybody else today can use feet, so we're using feet. The end. Feet. So let's say 6 feet squared, thank you. Now, wait a minute. That was just the area of just the top. There's a top and a bottom. What do we do?
Times 2.
Times 2. So 6 times 2 is 12 feet squared. All right, that's the area of the top and the bottom of this figure. Now, let's look at the front. The front of this figure, once again, they did not give us numbers. So we're going to have to come up with them ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. This side is 4, and this side is 3. I'm going to put it down here. 3. So let's talk about the front and the back. All right, area equals length times width. Area equals, all right, what's the length of this figure?
4.
4. And what's the width?
3.
3. Area equals 12 feet squared. But now wait, that was just the front.
Times 2.
Times 2 because there's a front and a back. 24 feet squared. All right, that's front and back. Now we got to look at this side. This side right here, and look, just in case you can't see it, it's divided. All right, hey, guess what? I want to show you this as we go. They did not give us measurements, of course, but wait a minute. Remember what we said? If you've got a figure and you don't know a measurement, look to the other side. So I don't know what this little edge is right here. Now look, we can tell because it's gridded out. On the grid, it's 1, 2. But if this grid was not on here, where would I need to look? Look across the way. This side is 2, so that means this side right here is also what? 2. Which means, look all the way down here, what's this side? 2. Now, of course we can see because of the grid that this is 4, but if I didn't know 4, I could look across the way right here. This is 4, so this side would be 4, which means this side is also what? 4. All right, so let's talk about side and side. Area equals length times width. Area equals 4 times 2. Area equals 8 feet squared. But now I've got 2 of these, so I'm going to multiply by 2 to get what?
16 feet squared.
And that's going to be for the sides. Okay, Andrew, $1 million question for you. I know the top and the bottom, I know the back and the front, and I know the side and the side. How do I find total surface area? Add them all up. Total, hey, remember, if I'm writing it, you should be writing it. Total surface area. Okay, 12 feet squared is going to be our top and bottom. 24 feet squared is the front and the back. And 16 feet squared is going to be my sides and my side. How do I find it? Add them up. 10, 11, 12, 52 what?
Feet squared.
Total surface area. Okay. If you had a friend come back from being out today and they said, "Hey, can I borrow your notebook and get my notes?" Would they get perfect notes? Would they get everything that's on my paper on their on your paper?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad to know that.
Wait, if that hypothetically did happen,
Why would you wanna say no? Oh, wait a minute, let's go back. Let's fill in this top, bottom, left, right, front, back. Alright, the top
6,
was how much?
6.
Just 6, and the, what, 6 feet squared. What about the bottom?
6 feet square.
And if you double that, you would've got your 12, right? Alright, the side by side, the left side was what?
8.
And the right side?
8.
8. So if you double that, you would've gotten 16. And what about the front and the back? 12 feet squared and 12 feet squared. Alright, got it? Got it?
This one.
Okay, good.
Miss Courtney?
Yes.
Can we, do a test with that unit? Or if we're doing a test with that unit, can we come on the next unit? Like we're on our test?
No, I mean, we'll get into this again. I'm trying to think, I was planning the other morning what we're about to go into. Probably statistical questioning.
Oh.
We're gonna finish up our statistics unit, but I kind of jumped ahead and grabbed some geometry and pulled it in, okay? All right, so make sure that that is glued in. Make sure it is glued in. Make sure it's what? Glued in. All right, let's, I want you to scoot right on down from that power up, because we're gonna do another surface area, and it's gonna look a lot different. Look, the last 2 days, they've been getting you to find surface area of a figure, a 3D figure. See, it was 3D. What if they give you a net, and they say, find the area of the net? Well, I have to show you how to do that. So, wherever you are on your paper, scoot on down. Maybe you need at least half of a page to do this. Is a whole page? Yeah, a whole page is good. If you've got a whole page, that's probably better. But I mean, as long as you got a half a page, yeah. No, that's too little.
That's my last page.
You gotta buy another.
Okay,
Mine's getting full.
you probably have enough room right there. Okay, I'm gonna get you to draw the net of a square. I can't tell who it is. Huh? Oh, okay. Hey, we're gonna keep working. Hey, Reed. I want you to draw a net of a square pyramid. So here this is. Draw this figure. Anna, we were right. Okay. This is a net of a square pyramid. And it's gonna be okay. There's gonna be a few little measurements. That's gonna be 5 inches. This side right here is gonna be 5 inches. And then I'm gonna show you the height of this triangle as 8 inches, and that's gonna be the height, so make sure you know that. All right, go ahead and get that jotted down. Got it. Okay, so this is the net of this actual object right here. Okay, if you cut this object right here, 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 and here, hey, you probably want to move back over here now. Okay, if I did that and I laid it open, are you looking? All these sides right here would open up to a triangle, and this side would open up to a triangle, triangle, and triangle. Okay, so this is the 3D shape, but this is the net. for it. It's the blueprint. Okay, so define surface area like this. Here's what you're gonna do. Well, what do you know? Here's the net for that. You're gonna take and you're gonna say, okay, what shapes, you listen to me? What shapes do I see in here that I know? I see a what? Square, and I see a whole bunch of triangles. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do. We're gonna figure the area of the shapes that we know, and then we're gonna add them all back together, okay? So, here's what we do first. What?
What if you fall off and makes a pyramid?
I know, so it would be total surface area, we would be able to find it. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna find the area of that middle square. Okay? So write square. Hey, if I write it, you write it. Is that what you need? No, this. We don't need my there, because you're not gonna. What is the formula for the area of a square? Area equals length times width. Area equals, all right, look at this square. Everything that I see here, because it is a square, is going to be 5 inches. So all sides are 5. What is the length? 5. What's the width? 5. So length times width is 25 inches squared. Hey girls, make sure to just leave yourself a spot to glue your power up. This is coming after the power up, so leave yourself a spot to work it and glue it, and then be doing this with me, okay? Now, so we have figured that this right here is 25 inches squared. Now let's talk about the triangles. So come over here and say triangles. All right, Haley, give me the formula for the area of a triangle. Formula. Olivia?
8 times height divided by 2.
Area equals, good job, base times height divided by 2. Just curious, what grade did they teach that in? Wait, is it fifth? 4th or 5th? All right.
Teacher never told me.
Some of them.
Some of my teachers, they didn't teach me stuff.
Maybe like a small portion of it.
They don't teach anything really that is really useful.
It's their name right.
All right. So we're talking about base and height. Now let's look at this one triangle. The base of this triangle is right here. What is the measurement on the base? 5. So let's say 5 times, what is the height of this triangle? 8. So I'm going to say 5 times 8, and 8, don't forget, all that's divided by 2. Hold on. 5 times 8 is 40, like Jacob said, divided by 2. 40 divided by 2 is 20 what?
Inches squared.
Inches squared. 20 inches squared. Okay, but wait a minute. That's one triangle. How many triangles do I have? 4. So let's multiply 20, 80 times 4. So let's say times 4 triangles. 20 times 4 is 80 inches squared. All right, now look. We know the area of the square. We know the area of all the triangles. How do we find total surface area?
You add them all together.
Add them all together. Good job, Caleb. Total surface. If I write it, you write it. Robbie, are you with me?
100.
Thank you, sir. All right, so you've got 25 inches squared. Okay, that was the square. You've got 80 inches squared. That was all the triangles. .105 inches squared is your total surface area. Got it? I'll get it. Now here's the thing. I don't really know how they're gonna give it to you on that test next week. I don't know if you're gonna see an object that looks like this all put together, or if you're gonna see a net. But either way, hopefully you'll remember. All I have to do is figure up the area of all the parts and add them together. Or if they show it to you like this, they'll have some measurements on the sides. They'll have some measurements on the sides and just do it that way, okay? Okay, so that's our 2 warm-ups kind of together today. Easy. Okay.
The net, if there's a net on the test, how do you determine the height?
They'll show it to you. Well, this is a net, and I showed you the height. And they'll show you the height, okay? And that'll probably show just like triangle. Okay. Okay, now, I've got some paper that I'm gonna give you. Second period, third period, I made them do like 3 or 4 examples. Last period, we only did 2, and we worked right up to the bell. This period, we're only gonna do 2. We may not even get through the second one, but here's the thing. This was supposed to be, one of them was supposed to be classwork, and one of them was supposed to be homework. But here's the thing, I don't want you to have homework for a couple reasons. Number 1, we've worked really hard this week. Number 2, all these people are gone, and I don't want to have to chase all these people down to get a homework that they don't even know how to do. Because have they been here to learn this stuff? No, so they don't even know how to do this. So let's work together and let's get through this. Let's get started on this one. If the bell catches us, look at me, this is not homework. But put it up in your binder wherever you keep your homework, okay? And then we'll pick it back up tomorrow, okay? Yeah, you're gonna need to know because you're gonna need to refer to your,
I think my bathroom is in great shape.
Do you know why teachers never go on the weekends? She's not. With the bully bell. I remember I got good grades on this.
I really didn't have one.
Wait, you didn't even read it?
You have
I'm gonna read September.
Alright, so you're going. What?
I'm using both away.
This is your pencil.
Where was her
I don't know how we get so sideways. How are you fighting that?
You already got your office. Take a look. Take a look at this paper. What if, now listen, a lot of these blanks up here, listen, 4th period had a cow, because they were wanting to know what the answers were. We're not gonna fill out a good many of these blanks, okay? So, what is this particular box in Whisper Plot gonna be about?
Concert ticket prices.
Concert ticket prices. So, what we need to do, what is, for 3 of the things that we always figure out, what is the number 1 thing you gotta do before you
What's
even
your
get started?
number? Least to greatest.
Least to greatest. Okay, here we go. In the box provided to you, put these things in order, least to greatest. Here we go. What is the smallest number you see?
58. 58?
Oh, yeah, 58. Hey, let's all be together here. 58, and then what?
2 60s.
Thank you. 2 60s, and you gotta write them down twice.
And then 62.
How many 62s?
2.
There's 2 62s. And then what?
63.
63, and then what?
65.
And then what?
69.
Is there not a 67?
Oh, my bad. There is.
How many 69s are there? There are two 69s. Oh, wait, 67, and then is there a 68?
No, man.
Okay, so 69 and 69, and then what?
Wait, I can't.
I don't see a 70.
73. Yeah, 73. There's 2
Yeah, there's two 73s.
75.
Is there only one 75?
Yes, ma'am.
And then a what?
78.
And then
80. 280s.
yeah, there's two 80s, and then what?
81.
Okay, so look, count the original number of pieces and add up, count what's in the box that they originally gave you. How many pieces are there? How many? 17. Okay, now count what you wrote down when we wrote them all together. Make sure you got 17. Okay, I got 17 too. Is everybody together? All right. First thing that I want to do, find the median. Find the median. Hey y'all, this is a lot of adding, so get on that calculator. Keep up with where you're at, but don't mark your numbers out yet. Don't mark your numbers out yet. Alright, I want somebody to give me a total, not the average. I want somebody to give me the total. Okay. What'd you get? Nope. Haley?
1,175.
1,175.
That's what I got.
Alright, let's do it all again. Let's do it together. Ready? 58 plus 60 plus 60 plus 62 plus 62 plus 63 plus 65 plus 67 plus 69 plus 69 plus 73 plus 73 plus 75 plus 78 plus 80 plus 80 plus 81 equals 1,175. Now, you take 1,175 and divide it by 17. Why 17?
Because that's
That's how many pieces of data you have. So we're going to divide it by 17, and I'm going to get what?
69.111.
Okay, so 0.11. Now look, we're talking ticket prices. We're talking money. And remember how we always said we got two places after the decimal, but this is what I'm saying. Look at the data. They gave it to us in whole numbers. There's no cents. There's no 82 cents, 72 cents, 11 cents. There's nothing. So why don't we just say this? Let's round it to the nearest whole number. That's this place value right here.
69.
Okay? So what does 1 tell 9 to do? Stay the same. Let it rest. So what is the mean ticket price? $69. Okay, let's find the median. Median, how do you find the median? Riley. How do you find it? Yep. Take one off the front. Oh, take one off the back. Take one off the front, take one off the back. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. 69 is my median. $69 is the middle price for tickets to this concert. Okay, what about the modes? The which one occurs most often?
62, 69, 73, 80,
Yeah, there's a bunch
and 60.
that occur two times. Is there any one particular number that shows up 3 times?
No.
I don't think that there is either, but now here's the question. Every one of these numbers that we're about to write down show up twice. If one of them showed up more than the other ones, then that would be the mode. But let's look through. I see 2 60s, so I'm gonna write that down. I see 2 62s. I see 2 69s. I see 2 73s, right?
And 2 80s.
Yeah, and 2 80s.
That's a highway.
Okay, so what if this data, what if this data had another 80 in it?
And that
What would it
means
be?
80.
It would be 80, but what about all the rest of those guys?
They just be.
They would just
They
be
get
forgotten, because you have to take the one that occurs the most, okay? All right, now let's look at the last thing we need to calculate, the range. Hannah, how do I calculate range?
It's 23.
The lowest number, no, the highest number subtracted by the lowest.
You're right, what's my highest value,
81,
and what is my lowest value?
58,
58, what is 81?
23.
23, so my range
It's 23.
is 23, and it's not $23, $23. So my ticket prices range anywhere from $58 up to $81, okay? Now that we've got that calculated, look back at yesterday's notes, get your journal out, look back at yesterday's notes, please, read the binder so we can see you have room to work. All right, here we go. Tyler Mathis, read to us step number 1.
Put the numbers in order from least to greatest.
Put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Bam.
Been there,
Already
done
done that part, so we're done with number 1. Haley, read 2. Rule number 2.
Create a number line that extends beyond the upper and lower extremes.
Okay, we gotta create a number line that extends beyond the upper and the lower extremes. Okay. We need, huh? Wait, can I explain it? I don't have to say it.
Oh, I know.
The upper extreme and the lower extreme are the highest value
And the lowest.
and the lowest value in the data. So let's just go ahead and identify that. Here's my data, right here, with me. This is the upper extreme. Go ahead and label it and put an arrow to it. And then the lower extreme is the least number. It's kind of like when you get ready to figure the range. You take your highest value and you take your lowest value, okay? Okay, let's go back. Who read that just now? Haley, read it again.
Create a number line that extends beyond the upper and lower extremes.
The number line has to extend past the extremes. So here's 58. That means that the number line's got to come a little lower than that. And here's 81. That means the number line's got to come a little bit above it. Now think about this. If you set up here and you tried to draw a number line that started at 0 Well, you'd probably be here until about supper time, drawing a line, a number line, to put all these numbers on. So here's what we're gonna do. All number lines do not have to start at 0. You can kind of start them wherever you want to. Look at our data. It starts in the 50s and it ends in the 80s. If we did this by increments of 1, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, we would still have a gigantic number line. So let's don't do it by 55. Why don't we do it by, we could do it by 2, but why don't we do it by 5? We could, it depends, if your data is really, really spread out, you can do it in increments of 10 or 25 or 30. No. Usually your anchor numbers like 5, 10, 15, 25, something like that. So why don't we create a number line? Now you've got a number line on the bottom of your sheet, and let's do it in increments of 5. But now look, where do we need to start? Because this needs to go a little lower. Why don't we start at 55? And let's make increments of 5 all the way up through
85.
85. That sounds good. Okay, so do your number line. You can spread it out because that won't take up that much room. Oh. You want to stop at 85? Stop at 85. Okay, so maybe you got yours written out like that. If we had, well, part of me kind of wanted to do it in sets of 2, but that'd still be too much. That would have put things on a little bit longer. Hey, if you're sitting on a test, you're the one who has to decide about your number line. I can't sit there and tell you how to do your number line. So you kind of can play around with it on your own. All right. Let's go to step 3. Andrew, read step 3.
Okay. Find the median, draw. Okay. Find the median, draw a line above the median, and extreme on the number line.
Okay.
It
Not
was
really sure what
weird.
that says.
It was weird because I had to write something to the side.
Yeah, okay. Find the median and draw a line on the number line to show it. Well, we've already done that. What's our median? 69. So come on your number line, find where 69 would be. Now look, it's not gonna be right on top of 70. It's gonna be a little bit more below it. And I want you to come up above it and I want you to draw a line. Okay? That's gonna be your median. Go ahead and label it. That's your median. Well, that was pretty easy. Just drawing a line. All right, Olivia, read to me step 4.
Find the upper quartile, draw a line above the upper quartile.
Okay, he's got it. You keep going. Yeah, you got it. I got you. Find the upper quartile. Okay, this is the part where everybody takes their pencils and lays them down because this is ultra important. You gotta watch. Okay? Pencil down. Okay, here we go. The upper quartile. This part's not the hard part. Listen. Everything that is in the upper quartile is from the median up. It doesn't include the median, but it's every piece of data from the median up. So basically, all of this is the upper quartile, okay? But that's not what we're actually looking for. We're actually looking for the median of the upper quartile. So I want to take just this set of data just right here, and I want to find the median just of this number, this set. So I'm going to take one off the front, take one off the back, take one off the front, back, front, back. I've got two numbers. What do I have to do? All right, 8 plus 5 is how much? 13, carry by 1, that's 15. What is 153? Somebody get a calculator. 153 divided by 2.
Wait, no, 76.5.
76.5. So the median is somewhere right here, and it's 76.5. But now what do we say we're rounding to? So what does 5 tell 6 to do? Of the score. So the median, the upper quartile median, is actually 77. So come here. Did you go ahead and pick up your pencils now and box in that upper set of data and label it the upper quartile? Box in everything above the median and label it upper quartile. The median is 77. So what they want you to do is they want you to come on the number line. 77 is probably going to be about right there. Come up above that and draw a line. And I want you to label it upper quartile. Okay, now if everything above the median is the upper quartile, what's everything below the median?
The lower quartile.
The lower quartile. So box it up. Box it up. And write lower quartile. But now wait a minute. What we want to find is the median of the lower set of data. So we want to find the median of just this part. So one off the front, one off the back. Front, back, front, back. Ooh, I got 262.
Add them and then divide them by 2.
Well, technically, we add them together. 62 plus 62, 124. Divided by 2, what do you end up with?
62.
62. It's the same number. So basically, the lower quartile is right here. It's 62. So come out here. Draw yourself a line. Now 62 on this number line is going to be maybe like about right there. So draw yourself a line. It doesn't matter what time it is. Are you drawing this? Alright. Lower quartile. That's the median. Okay, here we go. Jacob, read us step number 6.
Create a box, in parentheses, a rectangle, and close parentheses, above the number line, with the upper and the lower quartile as 2 of the sides.
Okay, so we're going to create a box. And the sides of the box are going to be the upper quartile and the lower quartile. So here's what we're doing. We're connecting all this together. So draw yourself a box. Connect them all together. And that's the box part of your box and whisker. That's the box. That's pretty easy. You just have to have 3 pieces of information. Okay, last step. Caleb, bring me last step, 7.
Make whiskers that extend from the box to the upper and lower extreme.
To the upper and the lower extreme. Okay. Hey, didn't we identify upper and lower extreme just a minute ago? Okay, what's the upper extreme? 81. So go find 81 on the number line, about right here. Go up above it and make yourself a big old dot. Don't do it on the line, do it up here beside the box. Don't do it low. And then connect that dot to the box with just a straight line. Kind of like a whisker. That's the whisker part. Go ahead and identify this as the upper extreme. Okay. What's the lowest value or the lower extreme? 58. Okay, so go find it. It's about, yeah, it's going to be more than half. It's probably about right here. So we're going to put that dot there and then connect it to the main box with a whisker. Go ahead and identify that as lower extreme. So here's the thing. You have to have 5 pieces of information in order to be able to do this. You have to have the median, you have to have the upper quartile, the lower quartile, the upper extreme, and the lower extreme. If you've got those 5 pieces of information, hey, you can do a box of whisker plots. Now, I'll tell you this. Yesterday when I was finishing up here at my desk and driving home, I got to thinking, I don't think I told you why we would do something like this. This is a way to show data. Okay? Sometimes you can look at a pie chart. You ever seen a pie chart?
Yes.
Okay, you've ever seen a line chart with lines going up and down? You've seen a chart that has the bar, a bar graph. Well, this is just another way to show the data. Look, if you're selling these tickets, can you tell what your most expensive ticket was? Yeah, 81 bucks. What was the cheapest ticket that you sold? But look, hey, we're not finished yet. Look, for the most part, all of your ticket prices were in this range right here. Okay? This is just a way to show data. Now listen, obviously I think we're finished. What kind of spell rate?
In 1 minute.
In 1 minute. You can leave your calculator, but would you please replace the stick? Yeah. No homework.
Sorry, Grace. Oh,